Hey guys, welcome to a recap of RuPaul's Drag Race All Stars, episode 10, the letter L. Guys, we open up this episode with Jimbo feeling her win. Jimbo's been winning a lot, but she hasn't won a lip sync, and finally she does it. And of course, Candy makes it a moment to be shady to say, wow, how many losses did it have to take for you to finally get this win? And I want to spread some caution on Candy because the edit is not in her favor. I don't know if everyone's just taking it wrong, but we see Candy get kind of the bully tag onto her in social media, in the comments. Everyone is pretty much rooting for Miss Jimbo, and everyone loves Jessica Wilde. So it's so unfortunate, but I can see why, of course, Candy Muse is gonna be shady because we just got rid of Alexis Michelle, and a lot of the queens that have been eliminated, they didn't do well in helping Candy's image because a lot of people are feeling some type of way about the Heidi and Claus situation. A lot of people are feeling some kind of way about the Alexis Michelle situation, the Lala Ree situation. So Candy Muse, in terms of fan favorite, is not doing so well. But anywho, back to this recap. So I was happy for Jimbo for finally winning her lip sync. The way she won her lip sync is unconventional for me because I felt like the lip sync battle wasn't really all that. I wasn't wowed. I wasn't impressed. But I feel like she did what she had to do to get that win. And if that meant that she had to be in an alien suit, pretty much humping the lip sync assassin, girl, it had to be done. So the girls, they wonder for Jimbo, well, how did she decide on who should go home? And Jimbo says that she is still basing it on track record, and she actually hopes that the girls, the remaining queens, Jessica Wilde and Candy Muse, also hold that same attitude. And I think that's quite smart of Jimbo because she sees she's been consistent, she's been number one, she's been killing it. But overall, I feel like this is a good strategy on Jimbo's part. Now, the interesting question will be is if the other queens feel that we should base this moving forward on track record. And you could see in Candy Muse's face that, she's not going to do that. She's going to do what's best for her game, which means that if it means taking down Miss Jimbo, I think she would. And that's actually quite concerning because I really, really enjoyed Jimbo's what she has put out on the runway, what she has put out in these challenges. And I feel like a lot of people share that same sentiment. If throughout this whole season, Jimbo has been nothing but light, fun, exciting to watch. Now, Miss Candy Muse has been nothing but dramatic, getting into so much drama, stirring the pot. And Jessica Wilde has been nothing but comedic, fun, high energy. So oof. So it's time for the queens to go over the secret, not so secret vote. So what we learned is that it was two for Alexis and one for Jessica Wilde. So of course Jessica Wilde wants to know who voted for her, how it went down because she voted for Alexis because it was her time to go. She's been in the bottom, and compared to the commentary for the other queens, Alexis didn't receive so much good feedback. Now, for Candy Muse, she felt that this was her time to vote Alexis because she couldn't trust her. And plus, the commentary that Alexis received wasn't as great compared to Jessica, you know? So Candy knew that Alexis was not going to vote for her because she reveals to the other queens that they had made a pact. Well, they didn't make a pact. Alexis was trying to make an alliance so that these two would have each other's back. And so that means Jessica Wilde would have been the collateral damage of the whole situation. But the queens are looking at Candy Muse, and Candy Muse is saying to them that she did not say that she would hold that alliance to Alexis Michelle. So she felt sideways about the situation what happened with Lala Ree. So she didn't think that Alexis Michelle would hold her word. Now, I'm so curious. I wonder what would have happened if we got rid of Jessica Wilde and we have Alexis Michelle and Jimbo now top three. We know that this would have shown to Alexis that, okay, Candy has your back. So quite possible that if something was to happen, if either of these two queens would have won, that they would have got rid of Jimbo. Now when it comes to at the end, how would it look to the public? Because how we're selecting the all stars is pretty much, I don't know if it's gonna be based on our votes too as well, with consideration to Rue. But if that plays a role, I don't think it will look wise, optic wise, for Candy Muse to do that, especially given how loved Jimbo is by everyone and how Alexis Michelle is kind of became kind of a nuisance, always crying, always in some situation, making the situation about her. So strategy wise, I think it was best for Candy Muse to get rid of Alexis because she's kind of a wild card. You don't know how she's gonna vote. So, of course, Candy remembers what happened to Lala Ree. So she used that and says that to the ladies that was the reason why she voted against Alexis Michelle. Now, Jimbo, of course, reading all this, hearing all this, she is unsure where Candy stands now because those two actually did came in as an alliance. You know, they've been touring together, they know each other, they're real life friends. So Jimbo is unsure how the alliance is gonna move forward with each other. But I feel through all this, I feel kind of sad for Jessica Wilde because she is not a part of any alliance. She's been playing such a clean game. She's just being herself, producing good work, and that says a lot for her. Okay, so anyhow, it's a new day in the workroom. Let's get into it. And Rue lets the queens know that this week's mini challenge, the queens are gonna be transforming their torsos into an inspiring perfume bottle. So it was a cute little challenge. So the queens, they got crafty, they got the glue gun, and they created an original look so they can do a photo shoot and promote a brand. So Jessica Wilde, of course, she is the queen of hot gluing, putting a look together. Like her look, it goes with her brand, her vision. I felt like it was so nicely done. You couldn't tell me that it was done in less than like 30 minutes. So I actually like her photo shoot. Her perfume bottle was called Forbidden Juice, and I feel like it gave, yeah, I believe it. I was sold. I wanted that fragrance. It was giving Sol de Janeiro perfume bottle. Okay, it was giving. I really, really, really liked her photo shoot. Next, we have Miss Candy Muse. Now, her part, I feel like the reason why it was so hilarious was because of Rue's commentary when she was doing the poses. I was laughing because of Rue, but for her photo shoot, her look, Candy, she gives us the basics, what she can do, and I don't blame her because she's not the queen of putting looks together, handmade, handcrafted. Okay, now when we got to Jimbo, I was a bit confused. I didn't get this one, and usually I love Jimbo, but this one was a miss for me. I didn't get the whole Nightingale kind of fantasy, but it wasn't for me. I thought obviously clear winner was Jessica Wilde, and she actually was. Jessica Wilde is the winner of this mini challenge. She wins some money, she gets some money. However, she didn't get an advantage, and I thought, wow, I felt like she was robbing an advantage. I feel like, what was the point? Of course, you want to win the money, but I think it was deserving of some sort of advantage, given what was the next challenge going to be, the maxi challenge. So, Rue lets the queens know that this week they're going to be collaborating with lesbians, the L word, okay? Lesbians, lesbians, lesbians. So, I was nervous. I was like, really? I was not excited about this. So the queens are going to be doing a makeover. and it has to be family resemblance. And I'm like, I don't like this as the challenge near the end. I think this is unfair. And, Jessica Wilde is not getting an advantage, which at the end, I feel like that was the reason why, she got eliminated at the end, which was so unfortunate, so heartbreaking. But the queens will be having to work together with the lesbians. Okay. So, how is the selection process? Because to me, typically, what I was thinking, what I would have done if I was Rue, I would have allowed Jessica Wilde to pick who she wanted to work with and assign each queen their lesbian. But no, instead, Rue tells the lesbians that they're gonna be selecting from this pink furry box a name, which is the name of one of the queens, and that's who they will be working with. And I thought that was quite interesting. I feel like, the people who come who do the makeovers, they don't really do drag. This is not their space, and it's like really their moment to kind of be treated. So I feel like this is unfair for it to be a challenge where a queen could possibly a queen will be eliminated at the end. I thought it was a bit unfair, but Candy, she is confident. Candy knows how to paint a face down, and plus when it was her season, she actually did quite well in this kind of challenge. So she is working with her teammate, and her teammate is giving butch realness, okay? And this is actually not an issue for Miss Candy Muse because her mama, in that video, we saw in the video, she was giving butch. So she is very comfortable working with someone who's more masculine. Now, when it comes to that teammate that is assigned to Candy, she is a bit uncomfortable being more feminine because she's been running away from that kind of vision, that kind of fantasy. And I'm like, okay, I mean, if you come into the RuPaul's Drag Race, like you're gonna give some femme, you're gonna give fish. So I don't know what's there to be shy about, okay? But anyways, Candy is not playing, and she is instilling confidence within her teammate. So they come up with a name. It's gonna be Cookie with a K and Candy. So that's the team name, her name, and I like it. It's pretty cute. So when we get to Jessica Wilde, her teammate is giving so reserved, not wild whatsoever. And I'm like, ah, why would you come on and be shy? This is your moment. Have it. Like, seriously. So, Jessica, she is doing her best to bring out the confidence in her teammate. Okay. So, they are opening up, getting to know their teammate, and she learns that her teammate went through a lot of struggles in which she is not really comfortable into saying what she wants or her vision. So Jessica kind of she empathizes with her, and then she also relates with her, and she shares her experiences and shares how drag is giving her that confidence to be, and how it's transformative, and how you gotta be stepping up, your kitty cat. So I'm just nervous for Jessica Wilde because to be stuck with someone, I'm sorry to say stuck, but to be paired with someone who is reserved, and this is close to the end, and you want to clock in, check in, and get that check. We don't need to be dealing with anyone who's reserved. So now over to Jimbo and his teammate. So those two are having a good old time. I feel like with Jimbo, it's always gonna be a vibe. He loves a cute kiki. He's actually quite sweet, making his teammate quite comfortable, getting to know the teammate, and this teammate is expressing all the concerns that she has, and I feel like, ma'am, this is a challenge for these queens too. I feel like, yeah, it's a makeover for the guests, but let's be good guests, I thought that this opportunity for Jimbo was so kind because he was trying to share some looks that he has in mind, which were quite nice, our typical Jimbo fantasy, but it was being kind of t- tamed, a little bit pulled back because he was considering the comfort of his guests, which is a good thing. But y'all came to RuPaul's Drag Race. Y'all asked to be here. No one called you. Y'all asked to be here, okay? So Now I'm looking at Jimbo pulling out some looks, and it's just giving too basic. Like I don't even know her. This is not giving Jimbo fantasy, family resemblance. This is giving some other chick, you know. And I'm like, oh, this is all stars. Why? Next time when we're doing makeovers, we need to have people, who are true fans of the show, not reserved, and really to live in that whole fantasy and get dragged up. Okay, I want to see that. So Candy, thank you. Candy was keeping it real for me because I was feeling like, "Ugh." I feel like, "Ugh." This was feeling like, oh no. So Candy kept it real and said that a makeup challenge at the end of All Stars. Are you serious? Are you serious? And because I wasn't feeling like this was serious. And I was so happy. I was like, thank you, Candy, for keeping it real because I thought it, but she said it. Okay. So I felt like it's a bit unfair. And I'm like thinking to myself, okay, maybe this is just going to be a cute little episode. There's going to be no eliminations. Rue's going to surprise us at the end. Says, oh, no. This is just about the guests, treating our guests. No cream will be eliminated. But yeah, I was waiting for Rue to say that, to come out, say, hey guys, by the way. But no, instead, Rook enters the workroom to discuss with each group. And I'm like, oh, he's serious. We are really eliminating a queen today. So honestly, I feel like I said, that no one should go home. I feel like we treating our guests, we're doing a cute makeover. This is a nice little cute moment because I feel like it would be so unfair at so close to the end to be eliminated in a makeover challenge where you have to pretty much pull looks together to make a family resemblance. It's unfair. And on top of that, Ruth says that these queens got to do a lip sync. I'm like, I'm thinking of Jessica Wilde and her teammate. Her teammate's so reserved. No, and there's lesbians who don't even know how to walk in the heels. Why? What was the reason? So Rue did not share with us that, oh, by the way, surprise, none of the queens are going home. So instead, the queens are working in rehearsal, trying to get, their presentation together. And I'm like, I wanted to cry because I'm like, next time, call me. I'll do it. I want to do it. I would love to do it. I have to figure out how they get to do it. That would be so much fun. Would you guys want to do something like that? Go on a makeover, get dragged up, and participate in RuPaul's Drag Race? I know I would for sure. So, anyways, it's time for the main stage, and Ru is giving the look that is 10 times the budget of what Lala Ree was trying to give in that orange ensemble. That one sleeve cut out. Okay, that was what Lala Ree was trying to give, but Ru got the budget for. Okay, so, anyways, today we have Michelle Visage, we got Carson Kressley, and our guest judge, Zoe Deschanel. I like her last name, Deschanel. That sounds fancy. So, category is drag family resemblance. So, I'm trying to get excited, but guys, I am not that excited for this. But let's get into the fantasy. So, Jessica Wilde comes out with Kitty Wilde, and I'm like, whoop. The size difference was so funny to me. It was like Arnold Schwarzenegger in that movie Twin. I thought that was so gag worthy. So the queens are queens. They come out with a Lady Gaga inspired kind of look. The height differences, I have to mention again that it was hilarious to see. And I thought they looked related because I can tell they look related just by the wig alone. The wig is what sold me. Jessica Wilde love a dark root with some highlights, okay? So I would have given it an 8. I gave it an 8.6. I thought they did what they were supposed to do. They look like families and they look marvelous. Next, we had Jimbo and Shishi Delicious. Now, I didn't like the names, first of all. Let's talk about that. Because I feel like, how does Jimbo goes with Sissy Delicious? I was not feeling that. I was not feeling that at all. No, no. It was no for me. But Rue loved it. Rue was playing with the name Shushy. Shushy Delicious. Okay. I love that. It seems like Rue always down to have fun. So now, after when we saw their looks, their outfits, I thought it was so basic. I thought it was so basic. Like they got it out from the Burlington Coat Factory on sale, final sale, no returns, no refunds, no exchanges. Okay. I thought even the wig too, Jimbo, one Jimbo had a blue wig, and then Shishy Delicious had a blue wig, no, pink wig. And I felt like, okay, bright color wigs. How are we giving family resemblance? It wasn't giving me family. I didn't get that vibe at all. So I felt like it was lacking and I needed more. So I gave it a 7. This is the first time I gave a 7 to Jimbo. That is wild. Very wild. So next we have Miss Candy Muse and Cookie Muse. And I thought, okay, out of all the looks, I felt like this was giving family resemblance. They look like sisters, they look like cousins. But to me, it felt like a look that, Candy just brought from home, put it on, and it happens to fit the queen. The paint, the mug, Candy really did that. So I gave that a 9.5. I rated it quite high because they gave family resemblance, they look alike, the mannerism, and I was so proud of how fierce Miss Candy Muse got her sister. Her sister looked so good. I could not even tell that she was butch before, okay? So now time for the judges' critiques. So Jessica Wilde and Kitty Wilde, their critiques goes as follows. They love the confidence and the trust that Kitty Wilde had for Jessica Wilde. They look like a family. The matching hair, yeah, I told you that dark root and that highlight is giving you Jessica Wild realness. They love the fashion except the shoes. They clock the shoes down. They clock the shoes. They clock the shoes. Now, when it came to Jimbo and Shishy Delicious, they thought the look was simple, but it looked great. They said it was safe, but needed more drama. So I was like, oof, oof. Now for Candy Muse, they love that it was such a fun makeover. The only critique that they give is that it needed a better fit on her sister. But they were so proud that Candy taught Cookie how to walk in heels, and that was just marvelous. So all the queens, they have a little lip sync, and I thought, wow, they really gonna eliminate somebody. We're just having fun here. They really gonna eliminate someone. I couldn't believe it. So, anywho, Candy is this week's winner of the Maxi Challenge. She takes home $5,000. Okay, but that makes Jessica Wilde and Jimbo as our bottom queens. This is so sad. This was such a hard episode to watch. I don't know. It was giving me stress. Okay, and I don't like stress. Okay, we're not doing stress over here. So there is still gonna be a vote, a secret vote. And so if there's a tie, it goes back to Candy if Candy doesn't win the lip sync. So we know already that Jessica Wilde and Jimbo are not gonna eliminate themselves. They're gonna vote for each other. So automatically we all know that this is gonna fall on Candy's hands no matter what, whether she wins the lip sync or not. So let's see if Mama cashes a check and wins this lip sync. So, before we get into the lip sync, based on track record, it is Jessica Wilde's turn to be eliminated because she's been in the bottom quite some times. This is actually her third time in the bottom. Now, for Jimbo, she's never been in the bottom. This is her first time in the bottom. However, Candy clocks Jimbo as being her biggest competitor. So this could be her opportunity to get rid of the competition. So this whole time I'm wondering, what is Candy Muse going to do? What's going to be best for her strategy? Because no matter what, whoever goes home, we know who goes home, but whoever goes home will be missed, and it will be an outrage, uproar in the drag race community, okay? So it is Candy Muse versus our lip sync assassin, Priyanka, who is Canada's Drag Race Season 1 winner. Okay, so she knows how to lip sync, she knows how to do some tricks. So they are lip syncing to Jumpin' Jumpin' by Destiny Child. And Priyanka, she obviously has in the bag, Candy Muse don't give me lip sync vibes, okay? She gives entertainment, she gives comedy, but she doesn't give me lip sync vibes. So Priyanka is doing her thing, she's doing her tricks, and Candy Muse is doing what she could do best. But honestly, I haven't been gagged over a lip sync in quite some time after that duck sequence that we got, okay? I need the girls to really step it up in these lip syncs because these lip syncs haven't been giving what they were supposed to be giving. Okay. So Priyanka, she wins, and that money actually rolls over, that 10K rolls over to the Fame Games. So now Fame Games, which was initially $50,000, will now be $60,000. So this is phenomenal for the girls who are competing in the Fame Games. Okay. So Priyanka, when it's her time to pull out what lip sync is in her chest, she actually has two lipsticks, one for Jimbo and one for Just Go Wild. See y'all, these two were not gonna vote for each other. So now it's back and it's up to Candy. Okay, and guys, I was shocked. I really thought Candy was gonna get rid of her competition. I thought this was her moment. This was her moment, and also for me, it was hard to believe that we're no longer gonna have Just Go Wild in this competition anymore. This was heartbreaking. This was so sad. But it's unfortunate. But Jessica Wild in the Fame Games, these other girls gotta be scared. Now it's between for me, Jessica Wild and Larry gotta take this Fame Games, okay? So I didn't think it was time for Jessica Wild, even though she's been in the bottom, because I feel like the times that she was in the bottom, it was like unfortunate. Like who else had to be there? But she still put up great work. So I'm sad about this one. I'm sad about this episode. But next week we are getting the Fame Games Variety Extravaganza. And hopefully, do we get to know like who's gonna win this, take this all the way home? So now it's between Jimbo and Candy Muse. Obviously, I am rooting for Jimbo. I'm sorry, Candy, but Jimbo has this one. She's just been putting out next level material. She's been putting out next level material, and overall, this whole competition, she has been nothing but a strong competitor. So this, I think, is her time to win RuPaul's All Stars. Okay. Now, when it comes to the Fame game, I was so I it was nice to see all the queens come back like a little blast from the past. But I really do feel like it's between Lala Ree and Jessica Wild. Okay, so we'll see how it goes. But who do you guys think? What are your predictions? Okay, how do you guys feel about this episode? 'Cause this episode, I'm gonna have to send in a complaint for this one, Rue. I was not feeling this episode whatsoever. It was not giving. No, no one should have went home. No, I'd rather a lip sync Lollapalooza than we do a makeover at the end of a competition. Like, are you serious? No, but I would not mind doing a whole makeover. I think I need to figure out how to do that. So, guys, let me know what you guys think of this episode. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate every one of you for taking the time to listen to my recap. I really do appreciate that so much. So, as always, share as much kindness as possible and do not be mean. Be nice. Bye, guys. Take care.